We got a request to zip on the weapon instead of barehanded. So we need a weapon system, both the weapon system and the zipline system. So I'm just going to download Simple Shop System and Instant Components Zipline and quickly integrate both onto ALS. Now, ALS is just like any other character class based blueprint. So everything I do here can be done within your project as well. Remember the music video, you add the zipline component. You see Simple Shop component. Okay, Simple Shop is not done downloading. So adding the zipline component and on the mesh, on the blueprint, animation blueprint of the mesh, get near the output post and call a linked anim graph. This is the second step in the music video. And if you don't see ABP zipline, just allow incompatible skeletons and see ABP zipline is now here. Let's now link this before the output post, compile and save. And oh, the simple shop system is also done, being downloaded. Simple shop system. Okay, now we have both zipline component and AC simple shop system integrated onto ALS. A few things that we probably need is zip action. Now we don't actually need this, but if you want it on your project, you can, like, for example, have a button to zip instead of just jumping onto the rope itself. You can call zip action. And on the simple shop system, we would need to open or close inventory. We would need to interact with the merchant. We would also need a button to equip the item that we want to equip. And I'm just going to use keyboard so that I can, like, quickly call upon the buttons, because if you want to use like F keyboard, oh, F's here, nice. Okay, maybe F is to interact and 2 is to equip. Just getting the quickest thing I could find. So yeah, you can replace this with your input actions, your own controls, definitely. Now that we can open or close inventory, you can interact with the merchant, we can equip the item. We would want a merchant so that we can buy stuff from the merchant. Let's put it close to where we are. And also on the zip line, the third step of the zip line is to actually put it on the map. And on Unreal 5, don't forget to click on spline and find override construction script and then make it true. Make it true. Okay, make it true. Yeah. Now you can move the endpoint around. If you're new to the blueprint, new to the zipline system, go ahead and make sure debug is true as well, because you would want to see what's happening, so you're not like, why can't I zip? The system will tell you why you can't immediately zip. But if you've done everything that I just did, you should be able to zip immediately. There are just a few things. There are just a few things that I would like to edit, which is like the zip speed. The zip speed, I don't want it to be 1, maybe make it 0.35. Use tag check, no. And zip vector offset. So zip vector offset, as I've explained in the previous video, is where you actually start zipping. So 750 should be right over here if you want to make it here. So 0 is on the start point itself. So if 0 is here and 750 is right about here, maybe you'd like it to be 150 to make it look a bit more normal, right? Yep, of course. So um we can already buy stuff from the merchant, but we have to get to see the weapon being held on the character. And to do that, I'm just going to add a static mesh and let's call it weapon. And I'm just going to use the katana to be able to see where it is actually placed. And the parrot socket should be hand R. Okay, now give me a moment so that I can adjust adjust it a bit and disable snapping. I think I think this is good enough. And don't forget on the tag, component tags, put right hand. And if you have like a, if you want to use like a helmet, you can do that as well. You just need to duplicate this and call it a helmet socket or helmet. And then on the tags, right head, and just attach it onto the head and position it where you would want to position it. So like I want to position it like this. Scale it. Okay. Yep. That's about it. That's great. Okay. Now we have both the weapon and the helmet integrated onto the system. So we can buy stuff from the merchant. And yeah, you can just clear this value, the default value, so that you don't see it in game until you actually buy the stuff from the merchant. And before buying stuff, we need money. Of course, we do need money. So I'm making the money to be 9999 because why not? We have to be rich to buy stuff nowadays in this economy. Welcome. What are we talking about? Okay, powered helmet, night helmet. I'm buying that helmet, and I'm also buying the katana.
Come back anytime.
Taking. Oh, I would need to interact. Yep. Also taking the katana, and I'm gonna open the inventory, night helmet, and equip it, and katana, and equip it. Now we should be able to zip with the weapons. But let me tell you something about the zipline system though. It will zip on the zip holder bone name. So if you wanted to zip like on the midpoint of the weapon, you should just go to where the mesh is. In this case, it's anim man, and then go to the where the skeleton is, and on hand R, you should be able to create sockets, add socket, and just put it where you'd think that the midpoint of the weapon should be. So I think it should be right over here, I think. And I'm just going to call it zip point. Now, the zip point can be anywhere, but let's just test it from right around here. I think right here is fine. Also on the ALS and MBP, go to ABP zipline, go to zipping, and on here you can see that we have this zipline loop alt. You can replace it with what I already prepared, which is called zipline loop, not zipline loop alt. Now the alt one is using bare hands to zip, but the zipline loop is actually using something to hold on to. So you would want that for weapon zipping, to zip with something on your hands, like in God of War. He's using his axe to zip. So it's already here on the zipline system, but you can also replace it with your own animations. You definitely would need some tweaking, like where the point
What
should be.
Why? Come back anytime.
You know, oh, I haven't replaced the zip holder bone name, so the default is the middle finger of the right hand. But let's change this onto zip point. Just rename socket and copy. And on zip holder bone name, I'm gonna use zip point on the zip holder bone name. You should be able to zip.
Got a selection of good things on sale. Anytime.
See, that looks fine, but yeah, of course, it would need some tweaking. And you know, the ALS system also the auto turning, because ILS does that auto turn, so you should not be able to do that while you're zipping. I think I already did a tutorial on ALS specifically, but this video is for that thing where you want to zip on the socket and you want to zip on your weapon. So I just got this thing imported. Let's go to modeling. Let's just try to align this with the existing katana that is inside Simple Shop system. Let's get the location to be at 0 and the X to be at 0 as well, and try to get it aligned as close as possible. Go to modeling mode, and on modeling mode, I'm just going to edit the pivot to be right around here. Rotate it a bit, accept, and see if it aligns. Well, yeah, kinda. Yeah, that looks great. Now, we should be able to buy this axe from the merchant. So when we go to the merchant's blueprint, the Simple Shop blueprint, and go to data, we should have custom items like this. And this, I think, is the katana, the custom item. We're just going to duplicate this and call it DA axe. And on the item data, we'd like the name to be battle axe. And item price 150, that's fine. And the socket, we'd like to duplicate this on the static mesh, change it on to axe, compile and save. We'd like this BP item socket to be BP item socket axe. Now we already have this DA axe. We'd like this merchant to sell the axe merchant items on the setup category. We'd like to add another element, and that is axe. Now that we already have the axe on the merchant's inventory, we should be able to buy it from the merchant.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
See, we have battle axe, and now we want to buy it.
Thank you. Come back anytime.
Now I'm grabbing it. I want to open the inventory and then equip the axe. Nice. Now we should be able to zip with the axe. Now let's tweak it a bit. And if you want the cable to bend a lot more, you can use the character offset and make it like, make it 180. I guess 180 is nice. Let's try it again.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Come back anytime.
Yep, that looks pretty good, right? Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your road project.